Hello dear students, in this video we will be revising the simple cash book, that is a single column cash book. First I will discuss the concept part, and in this video only I will discuss one of the problems that I have solved. You will be able to see the image of the problem, and to get the problem you will have to just go to the description. There the problem is shared. You will be able to see the solution. I have solved the problem. Now in cash book we should be careful about few things. The few important aspects that many students do mistake in cash book is they forget to write in the books of. That is a mandatory statement that is compulsorily to be written. Then they will even forget to write simple cash book or single column cash book for the month of. For the month of is also important, and many times they forget to write debit and credit. See, it is very easy to remember these things because cash book is resembling cash account only, and we should follow the same rules of cash account only. Now there will be totally 8 columns. Some of the colleges teach 10 columns, but majority of the colleges teach 8 columns only. On the debit side we write debit, and below that date, receipts. Some of them might have written it as particulars: date, receipts, LF, amount, rupees. Amount you should write in full. Then once again on the credit side, date, payments. Some of you might write it as particulars only, payments, then LF, then amount, rupees. These are the 8 columns of the single column cash book. Now the most important areas that the student should keep in mind while solving is we record all cash payments and cash receipts in this single column cash book. Deliberately, if the examiner tests by giving a bank transaction, for example, received through check, paid through check, then that particular transaction will not be recorded in single column cash book. Don't get mixed with double column cash book and single column cash book. In single column cash book, any check payment or check receipts will not be recorded. Only cash payments and cash receipts will be recorded. Next, the actual amount paid only will be recorded. For example, if the examiner tells received 10,000 from so and so, we record only 10,000. If the examiner tells paid for purchases rupees 5,000 and then once again gives a discount telling that there was a discount of 10%, now we should see how much we have actually paid. We have paid rupees 5,000 only, no? So we should record it as by, and then we should record and we should show the amount as 5,000. We should show the actual amount paid and the actual amount received. If they give discount also, whatever is the actual amount paid and actual received only we should record. Then we should always consider that if only in journal chapter we see that if no name is mentioned then we treat it as cash transaction, but if name is mentioned we treat it as credit transaction. But only for cash book, that is only for a single column cash book, and the same rule applies even for the double column cash book. If they give name, we should treat it as cash transaction only. This is only for cash book. Please bear this in mind. Don't mix this concept with your journal entry chapter. Then if the problem specifically tells that a particular transaction is on credit or on account. On account is an alternate name for credit transaction. If they specifically give it is on credit or on account, then only we should consider it as a credit transaction, and we will not record any credit transaction in single column cash book or the 2 columnar cash book. We record only the cash transaction. Then what you should do is, if you come across such a transaction, after you solve the problem, write a note telling this particular transaction has not been recorded as it is a credit transaction, so that the examiner knows that you are aware of the concept and you are perfect in the concept. It will give you more edge in getting marks. Then if there is a word paid or received in a transaction, if they have given paid to so and so on account or received from so and so on account, like that. If they have given, we should give preference to the word paid and received. See, on account is a credit transaction, yes, but along with that they have given the word paid or received, no? So we have actually paid and actually received, so we should record this particular transaction in the cash book. Now if you do not follow this particular format of paid and this one, you may commit error, so please do follow this properly. Now let us solve one problem. This particular problem you can see in the description, and you will be able to get the problem, and the solution you can see now. Now the problem is telling prepare simple cash book. Simple cash book is another name of single column cash book. So how do we start? We write in the books of dash I have written because they have not given the name of the proprietor or the owner or the business. Then next I have written simple cash book for the month of June. They have not told the year, so I just mentioned June. Listen, please do not change the name or the question. What I mean is, in the question, if they have told prepare single column cash book, write single column cash book for the month of. If they have told simple cash book, write the name simple cash book for the month of. Then we'll start. You know the columns that I have mentioned earlier in this video, the same 8 columns we have done. And then first one is June 1st, cash in hand rupees 18,000. That is, we had that much of cash at the beginning of the month, so we will have to write to balance brought down, and then in amount column 18,000. Now please bear in mind that for balance brought down and for balance carried down, we do not write being ... We'll have to write the small narration because cash book is both journal and ledger. They may ask this as a true false. Cash book is both journal and ledger, for which we'll have to write true because we'll be following the rules of cash account, but we'll be recording it as a journal because as and when it happens and in chronological order we'll be recording. So it is both journal and a ledger. So please be aware, this may be asked as a theory question, and we'll have to write being ... except for balance brought down and for balance carried down. So the opening balance is 18,000. Then on 2nd of June we have purchased from Chandrasekhar. See, for cash book, even if they have given name, we do not consider it as a credit transaction. We consider it as a cash transaction only. So since we have purchased goods, so we will be writing by purchases account 8,000 rupees and being ... Then on 4th, sold to Manjunath rupees 7,600. Since we have sold goods to Manjunath, name is mentioned and only name is mentioned, so we will treat it as a cash transaction. So we'll write to sales account 7,600 and being ... Now next 10th June, purchase furniture rupees 3,000. Since we have purchased an asset, we do not write purchases and sales. Only for goods we use the term purchase and sales, purchase returns and sales return, as you people are aware. Now we have purchased furniture, so cash is going out. The journal entry would have been furniture account debit to cash account, so we'll be writing on 10th by furniture account being ... 3,000. Then on 16th, paid water charges rupees 910. Now the cash is going out, we have paid water charges, so the cash is going out. So on the payment side we'll be writing, the journal entry would have been water charges account debit to cash account, so by water charges account 910 rupees being ... Then 20th June, purchase from Jai and Viru on account rupees 4,000. As I have mentioned earlier, when they tell specifically on credit or on account, then we should consider it as a credit transaction, and credit transactions will not be recorded in single column cash book. Now your examiner will definitely test by giving one credit transaction, so please be careful about it. In this problem I have given multiple, but not in your exams. In your exams they will test usually one for a 6 marker. Then on 21st June we have received commission from Ranganna. Now we need not mention the name Ranganna because we have received commission. The journal entry will be cash account debit to commission account. So on 21st we will record it as to commission account being ... and the amount in the amount column because we have received cash. Then 23rd June, received from Suman on account rupees 3,800. Now they have given the name and they have given on account and they have given even received. So we should give the preference to the word received and not for on account, because received and on account if they have given, we should give the preference to received word. If they have given paid and on account, we should give the preference to paid word, not to the on account. Now since we have received from Suman, earlier we had sold some goods on credit, now that person is giving us cash, so this is the assumption. So it will become to Suman account and amount will be 3800. The journal entry will be cash account debit to Suman account, so it will be to Suman account being ... Then rent receivable 24th. See, rent is receivable, we have not yet received it, so we cannot record it, right? The journal entry would have been rent receivable account debit to rent account. Now cash is not getting affected in the journal entry only, so we cannot record this transaction because cash is not actually received, so we will not record this transaction, we will ignore this transaction. Then 25th June, deposited into bank rupees 1000. Now if we deposit in bank, the balance in our cash box or the balance of cash in our pocket will go down, so we should write it in payment side. The journal entry will be bank account debit to cash account, we'll be writing it on the payment side by bank account being ... Now listen, in your 2-column cash book, for such kind of transactions in LF column you will be writing C, contra, but since this is a single column cash book and not a double column cash book, you will not be writing the word C for this kind of transaction. However, I doubt that they'll test this kind of transaction. Then next is electricity charges payable rupees 1250. Now have we actually paid or is it payable? It is payable, we have not yet paid. The journal entry will be electricity charges account debit to electricity charges payable. Cash is not at all affected, so we will not record this transaction, we will ignore this transaction. Then paid salary to Karthik rupees 3000. Your teachers might have taught along with salary, if name is given, we will have to record it as salary only, we should not mention the name of the person. So it will become salary account debit to cash account, so we'll have to record this as by salary because cash is going out. On the payment side we'll be recording this along with date and being ... Then cash paid to Ramesh on account. Now listen, Ramesh is also given, on account is also given, and paid is also given, so we should give the preference to the word paid. And since we are paying, we should write it on the payment side, cash is going out, so by Ramesh account. Earlier we had taken something and then now we are paying cash to that person. This is what we will have to do by Ramesh account 2400 in the amount column being ... Now always remember, in single column cash book or in the double column cash book, the cash on the debit side, that is the receipt side, will be the higher one. So you do the casting total, the casting total will come to 30,750. Now we have received 30,000, we have after 18,000 we have received some cash and totally we had 30,750, and from this we have made some payments. After making payments, we still have 12,440 with us. This one we'll have to show it as the closing balance. Always the closing balance will be shown as on the last day, so 30th of June by balance carried on, and then this is the way we close for that month. However, the problem will not end over here. We'll once again have to write the next month's first day. Since it was for June, the next month's first day will be 1st of July. We'll be writing to balance brought down 12,440. The same amount, balance carried down amount will be the balance brought down amount, and then we will draw the line. Now, after doing this, we'll write some notes for the transactions ignored. For example, transactions on 20th June will not be recorded since it is a credit transaction. Transaction on 24th June will not be recorded since amount is not received, rent receivable. Remember, then transaction for 29th June will not be recorded since amount is not paid, it was payable. So with this, I end a comprehensive revision on a single column cash book, that is a simple cash book. I'll be uploading for subsidiary book 12 markers and 1 2-columnar cash book soon, so that it will help you during your exam preparation. So see you in the next video, and if you like our videos, please do share and subscribe our channel so that you'll get